Greetings everyone, Fru here. Welcome to the Demo Hub. To this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate the ability to scale within Snowflake warehouses. For the tutorial, we will leverage Apache JMeter. Apache JMeter is an open source load testing tool, very common in the industry. Alternative to that, you have Artillery, which can also be used for load testing and concurrency testing. Now with Apache JMeter, this is really easy. You can download, install this, connect to your Snowflake environment, set up some load configurations, and see how Snowflake responds to that with scale. In the demo today, we're going to walk through how to get this set up and see how Snowflake warehouses respond to this scale. If you're going to open up Snowflake to 100 users, 1,000 users, or 10,000 users, you want to know that it has the capacity to scale to meet those needs from a concurrency perspective. This would demonstrate that for us. Now, to get that working, first download Apache JMeter, whatever version makes sense for you. Once you have that downloaded, a couple of folders are relevant. Obviously, there is a bin folder that has a script to run, in this case, the jmeter.sh. But before you run the script to open up Apache JMeter, there is a lib folder that has some jars. For this particular folder, we're going to need to make sure a Snowflake driver is available. This is going to be an important piece. Now, you're going to want to have this loaded, your jar file, before you launch Apache JMeter. Go over to Snowflake drivers, look for the latest driver that makes sense in your situation, and download that. In this case, I'm using the 3.9.2 download. Save that into the lib folder. Next, launch the JMeter application, sh JMeter. This opens up as such. It's a very intuitive interface. But before we go ahead and do a lot of work here, go back to Snowflake and take a look at a couple of things. You know, in Snowflake, compute works at the warehouse level. So you can create a warehouse. The question is, how well can that warehouse scale from a concurrency perspective? That's what we want to demonstrate. Here is my warehouse, a demo warehouse. We've used this warehouse for quite a bit of demonstrations. Click on this. It gives you insights on that warehouse. Very straightforward. Before doing any work, make sure we see the specific settings and configurations of this warehouse. This is a standard warehouse. As a small warehouse, actually make this an extra small just for the sake of it. Auto resume is set, auto suspend is set. What we care about is concurrency. We know there are two levers in Snowflake for scale. You can scale to a bigger warehouse, or you can scale for concurrency. If you have a BI report, you're going to open this up to hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of users. A bigger warehouse will not necessarily solve the challenge for you. You want to know that as new queries are coming in or new load is coming to your warehouse, you can scale horizontally and add new clusters to the warehouse. That's where the multi-cluster comes into play. Before, I didn't have this checked, but for now, let's go ahead and get that checked. What this says is you're going to start with one cluster. And if your warehouse gets busy, let Snowflake dynamically, elastically expand that for you, bring additional clusters as needed. Once done, you shrink that back. So like 1 for min cluster, max cluster, all the way to 10 for this particular warehouse. We have the warehouse currently suspended. The available clusters here is 0 to 10, but none of those clusters are active because we have no workload running on this cluster. Queuing is 0. Everything's all 0 right at the moment. Let's go back over to see how we can set up JMeter for testing this. It's really easy to do. There are a couple of things to do. I'll show how to get this set up, and then I'm going to go into an actual template, which I have working already, to demonstrate this for you. Right click on your test plan, add, and I did that really quick. Let me do it slow. Add thread group. Now you have a new thread group. Give it a name. Once you have your concurrency thread group, next add a connection. A connection is what we use to connect to the database instance, in this case Snowflake. Click on add, pick element, select JDBC connection configuration, fill in the details. Once you have that, another thing that's important to do would be to make sure that this name matches the variable name for the credit pool. Just keep that consistent. Again, I'll show an actual example. Now we can begin to do a test. We can create a test. I'm going to go in now again to the test crew, right click and put the sampler, give it a name, JDBC request, write your query. This will be the complex query we want to send over to Snowflake, and then any additional parameters. This essentially is a select statement that would run concurrently on the Snowflake platform. Last thing typically would do would be to view the result. And for this, just go ahead, click on add, the sampler, go down to listener, and then click on results tree to view the results tree. This is the steps for getting this set up. Fortunately for us, I had this set up before, so let's open that up. This is the template I had set up before. Here is the Snow DemoHub test plan, which was just basically the test group with that name. We have a thread group. Inside of that, we have a JDBC connection. The names do match. It points to my Snowflake instance, and you authenticate. One thing you might want to include is the warehouse name. Specify the warehouse if you need a specific warehouse for this to work. Obviously, specify the driver that this requires to work. We have a JDBC request as before. Select statement against access history. You can write a query against any table and make it as complex as you want. Before we run this, a couple of things to call out. Go back to the thread group. This is where you can decide what kind of load do you want to send and put on your Snowflake instance. Say I need a number of threads for 10 users coming in, ramping up at a new user every 1 second, hitting Snowflake and running that query. This is a simple test. I think it should work easy without a lot of issues. Run this, click on the run button. Now that test should be running. You can see the request. We should be able to see the result here, and all the requests have been sent to Snowflake. Go over back. We see 2 clusters active now, and those queries should have all been processed. After a while, the clusters should go back to sleep because Snowflake obviously is going to take the clusters to sleep based on your scaling policies that was set. Now, running concurrency tests with 10 users is not really proving the point for us. Let's go big. We want 500 concurrent users coming in with additional users being sent to the system every 1 second. That's a lot. You can also put it in a loop. In traditional infrastructure on-prem, you just can't scale at this level. With this, launch this and initiate this concurrency test. The test has been initiated. You can see the runs are happening over here. Coming back to Snowflake, refresh. This tells you the number of SQL statements that are running, and just keep an eye on the clusters. Clusters are growing. Now we have 3 clusters that are running. As more queries are coming in, it detects queuing. It should spin up additional clusters elastically to meet that need. We are at cluster number 4. See that growing, 4 active clusters processing. As those workloads keep coming, it detects more queuing. It's saying that queries are waiting. Right now we are cluster number 6. Queuing is kind of coming down a little bit. We have 96 statements being executed by the warehouse. Go back over here. I think the test is done. This was a test. 500 users hitting Snowflake, all ramping up every single second. And you can see how Snowflake is dynamically scaled to handle those workloads. Now, it seems like we're talking about theory here, but these are concrete, everyday challenges that platform teams are facing. You have a Power BI report, you have a Tableau report, you have a dashboard. On Monday morning, everybody comes into the office, open up that report and look up sales for last week was so they can run their business for the next week. Now, can that report scale out and meet the needs of the users at that point in time, Monday morning, 8 a.m. when everybody concurrently is coming into the office? Those are things that you have to think about from an infrastructure perspective. Once you scale at Monday morning, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., well, people now are going to go back to focusing on their jobs. Can your platform go back to a simpler state so you're not paying for that capacity that you needed on Monday morning? This elasticity is really the game changer from a platform like Snowflake. And I love to demonstrate this. I think this is something that tends to get overlooked as people think about platforms and scalability. Being able to get additional clusters like this on demand without, calling your hardware company to bring more stuff into the data center, wire it all up. I think this is what has really changed data analytics, especially in the cloud era. It takes a few seconds. My test is all done. It should take a few seconds. What I want to demonstrate here is you should start seeing these clusters go back to sleep within about a minute or so. There you go. Now we have 5 clusters as opposed to 6. As time goes by, those clusters are not needed. Queries are not coming in. Those clusters will go to sleep. Again, you only pay for what you use. So we've accommodated 500 users, made them happy. They all can see the report. They all can see the dashboard. They have their numbers to run the business. And now the clusters are all going back to sleep. And guess what? IT and the platform team is happy because they can scale. There you have it. The clusters continue to shrink. I think we're going to save some time to not wait for this to go down to 0. So hopefully this was helpful. JMeter is a very powerful tool for testing concurrency in this day and age. as teams are looking at deciding platform tools, it's important to think about what can scale. From a foundational perspective, this has been the bread and butter of Snowflake. This would translate whether we're talking about SQL workloads like we've tested here and demonstrated here, or you're thinking about machine learning workloads, Python workloads, data science workloads. Can you scale with this level of ease you've seen? If the answer is yes, then you have a good platform. Snowflake hopefully is a platform that shows you how to do that scalability. Go ahead and check in the comment section below for links and resources related to this. Hopefully this was helpful to you. As always, comments below are very much appreciated. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next demo.